This lesson, we are going to study about the atmosphere. Okay, so let's study about the atmosphere and let's see what is there in the atmosphere. So actually, what is the atmosphere? So atmosphere is a layer of the atmospheric air around the earth. Okay, ये एक layer है earth के around. Okay, and mainly it comprises of the atmospheric air. And if you see in detail, you will find that as we go above the earth's surface, okay, as we go high from the earth's surface, you will find up to 32 kilometer only. The 99% of the mass of the atmosphere is limited up to 32 kilometer of the earth's surface. Okay, ये earth surface से 32 किलोमीटर तक ही आपको 99% of the total mass of the atmosphere आपको मिल जाएगा. ठीक है. Then what is this atmospheric air? So the speciality of the atmospheric air is, it is very simple. It is colorless, you cannot see it. Then it is tasteless, it does not have any taste. Then it is odorless, you cannot smell it, it doesn't have any smell. Then it is compressible, you can compress it at compress it means you can compress it and put into a cylinder. That is, it is compressible. The atmospheric air is compressible. Then it is mobile also. Mobile means it can move from one place to another place. And expandable means it can expand. When it is heated, it can expand. Okay, so this is the atmospheric air. Now, what is there in the atmospheric air? So you will find that in this atmospheric air, that is in the atmosphere, you will find there are various gases, and mainly the gas which is present in the air, the atmospheric air, it is nitrogen. Okay, so 78% of the atmospheric air, you will find there is nitrogen. 78% atmospheric air में nitrogen ही है. ठीक है. Second most important gas in the atmosphere is oxygen. उसका रेशियो है अराउंड 20.9%. ओके, 20.9% ऑक्सीजन है हमारी एटमॉस्फेरिक एयर में. देन यू विल फाइंड द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज 0.03% in the atmospheric air. Then argon, it is 0.90% in the atmospheric air. And then the other gases are around 0.70%. Okay, so carbon dioxide, argon, oxygen, nitrogen. If you have to go in a decreasing order, you will find that nitrogen is the first one, then oxygen is the second one, and then argon is the third one. And then if you go find, you will see that the other gases, and mainly the carbon dioxide. Now carbon dioxide we have taken separately. Why? Because carbon dioxide is very important, because the study of carbon dioxide is very important. Firstly, it is responsible for the warming of the atmosphere. Okay, the speciality of the carbon dioxide is that it absorbs the heat, and when it absorbs the heat, it increases the temperature. So the more carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere, that means it will absorb more heat, and when it will absorb more heat, and that time it will increase the temperature, and this gives rise to the global warming. Okay, इसकी वजह से होता है global warming. तो बहुत सारे फिर वर्ल्ड वाइड. So now if you see in detail, you will find that the nitrogen which is present in the air. Now we will study the each and every gas in detail, the specialty, what is the specialty of that gas. So first we'll start with the nitrogen. So nitrogen is very important because it regulates the combustion. जलने का जो ये जो है रेट जो है, ये रेगुलेट करता है कौन? नाइट्रोजन. हाउ? बिकॉज नाइट्रोजन डाइल्यूट्स ऑक्सीजन, and you know that oxygen is very important for the burning. Okay, because the burning cannot happen, the combustion cannot happen in absence of oxygen. Okay, so nitrogen क्या करता है? नाइट्रोजन डाइल्यूट कर देता है ऑक्सीजन को, and because of this it regulates the combustion and avoids the quick burning. And secondly, whatever nitrogen is available in the atmosphere, you cannot use it directly. Okay, it cannot be used directly, but it has to come to us in indirect way. How? So plant will use this nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen जो है plants also they cannot absorb it directly. So what they will do, they will absorb this nitrogen through the bacteria. Okay, through the nitrogen fixing bacteria, and they will absorb it through the soil. Okay, so plants will absorb this nitrogen through soil, and then when human beings or animals they will eat this plant, they'll get the product of the nitrogen, and again the nitrogen will be released in the atmosphere. So this is the whole nitrogen cycle. You will read it about, if you read it about it in detail in the biology section. Okay, so nitrogen, it is the major source of food. Okay, So the second most important is the carbon dioxide, which we have studied about. So carbon dioxide, it is essential for the growth of vegetation. How? Because फॉर द फोटोसिंथेसिस, ठीक है, फोटोसिंथेसिस होने के लिए कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का होना जरूरी है. ओके, इट इज वेरी इसेंशियल फॉर द फोटोसिंथेसिस. फोटोसिंथेसिस कैनॉट हैपन विदाउट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड because plants, they absorb this carbon dioxide, okay, in the process of photosynthesis. In the process of photosynthesis, plants will absorb this carbon dioxide, okay, in presence of light and water. Okay, in the presence of light and water, plants will absorb this photosynthesis. In the absence of in the presence of light and water, sorry, in the presence of light and water, plants will absorb this carbon dioxide and they will create their food. Okay, they will make their food, they will cook their food themselves, and then the oxygen will be released. Okay, as a byproduct, the oxygen will be released. Okay, so that is the reason carbon dioxide is very important for the growth of vegetation. Okay, secondly, carbon dioxide, the specialty of the carbon dioxide is it is transparent to the incoming shortwave solar radiation. Okay, it is transparent to the incoming solar radiation, and that incoming solar radiation is of the shortwave solar radiation, and it is opaque to the terrestrial solar radiation. Opaque means it does not allow the terrestrial solar radiation to go outside it. Okay, so for example, ये इनकमिंग सोलर रेडिएशन है जो सन से आ रहा है. ओके, यहाँ पर सन है, दिस इज द सन, एंड दिस सोलर रेडिएशन इज कमिंग, एंड हियर इज the layer of carbon dioxide. For example, we will consider this. Okay, and the solar radiation is coming. So the carbon dioxide, it is transparent through this incoming solar radiation. It can come inside, but the terrestrial radiation means the radiation which is radiated by the earth's surface. Okay, this is the terrestrial radiation. So the terrestrial radiation cannot go outside this carbon dioxide. That means the carbon dioxide is opaque for this terrestrial radiation. Okay, and this gives rise to the temperature, and because of this, the air at the ground level, it is warmer. You will find that air at the ground level is warmer. Why? Because the carbon dioxide is opaque to the terrestrial radiation. Okay, ऊपर से रेडिएशन तो अंदर आ सकता है, लेकिन अंदर आने के बाद ये जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, ये अंदर वाले रेडिएशन को बाहर नहीं जाने देता. Okay, why? Because it is opaque to the terrestrial radiation. Okay, and mainly the carbon dioxide, as we have studied, that carbon dioxide is mainly responsible for the global warming. Okay, और ये जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का जो रेशियो है हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर में, वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है. ओके, एंड द इंक्रीज ऑफ द लेवल्स ऑफ द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इन द एटमॉस्फेयर आर अलार्मिंग, एंड फॉर past few years, and lot of measures have been taken, like the lot of meetings are going on, and the carbon emissions, the people, various countries are trying to control their carbon emissions to contribute for the control in the global warming. Okay, so this is all about the carbon dioxide. Next is water vapor. A water vapor, ये जो है, this added in the atmosphere due to the evaporation. Okay, solar radiation जो आ रहा है water पर आ रहा है, we know that there are oceans and solar radiation is coming and falling, and the evaporation is taking place from the water, from the oceans, or from the lake water bodies, whatever it is. Okay, so the evaporation is taking place, and in this way the water vapor is added to the atmosphere. Okay, water vapor is added to the atmosphere by the process of evaporation from the surface water bodies. Surface water bodies क्या होती है? Oceans है, seas है, then lakes है. Okay, so these are the surface water bodies, and these surface water bodies are heated and the water gets evaporated, and then water vapor is added to the atmosphere. Now the speciality of the water vapor is that it absorbs part of the insolation from the sun and reduces its amount reaching the earth. Okay, whatever the radiation is coming from the sun, it stops. Okay, it absorbs it, the water vapor absorbs the part of the radiation which is coming from the sun, and this is the reason it works as the blanket for the earth. Okay, it acts as the blanket for the earth. Secondly, the amount of water vapor decreases with altitude. Okay, as you go high, the water vapor will go on decreasing. Altitude मतलब ऊपर, vertically. Okay, द अल्टीट्यूड जैसा ही इंक्रीज होगा, वाटर वेपर विल द अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर वेपर इन द एटमॉस्फेयर दैट विल गो ऑन डिक्रीजिंग. ओके, and the amount of water vapor decreases from equator to poles. Now we know that what is equator and what is poles. Okay, the two poles, the north pole and the south pole. Okay, जो दो poles है हमारे यहाँ पर, north pole and south pole, and the line in between which divides the earth into two equal hemispheres is called as equator. जो बीच में अर्थ को, द इमेजिनरी लाइन विच डिवाइड्स द अर्थ इनटू टू इक्वल हेमिस्फीयर्स, द नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर एंड द सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर. ओके, सो ये जो इक्वेटर पर है, इक्वेटर पर वाटर वेपर जो है वो ज्यादा अमाउंट में रहेगा, और जैसे जैसे हम इक्वेटर से पोल की तरफ जाएंगे, द अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर वेपर विल गो ऑन डिक्रीजिंग फ्रॉम इक्वेटर टू पोल. व्हाई? Because at equator we know that the amount of sunlight radiated at the equator is high. Okay, so the sunlight is high at the equator, is high at equator. ओके, सो जो इक्वेटोरियल रीजन जो है, जो इक्वेटर जो है, वहां पर सनलाइट रेडिएटेड बाय सन is very high, and due to this the evaporation will take place and it will add more water vapor to the atmosphere. But at the poles the thing is different. Okay, पोल्स में नॉर्थ पोल हो या साउथ पोल हो, वहां पर आपका इवेपोरेशन हो ही रहा. व्हाई? बिकॉज देयर इज लेस सनलाइट, एंड दिस इज द रीजन द वाटर वेपर एट द पोल्स इन नॉर्थ पोल एज वेल एज साउथ पोल will have less water vapor. Okay, and you must remember one thing, the moisture, that means the water vapor, the carrying capacity of the air is directly proportional to the air temperature. मतलब एयर जो है वो कितना वाटर वेपर कैरी कर सकती है. ओके, सो एयर का टेम्परेचर अगर आपने इंक्रीज कर दिया, इफ यू इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर ऑफ एयर it can carry more water vapor, but if you decrease the temperature of the air it will carry less water vapor. Okay, so this is directly proportional. The temperature, the capacity of air is directly proportional to the air temperature. You increase the air temperature, it can carry more water vapor. You decrease the temperature of air, it will carry less water vapor. As simple as that. Okay, next हमारे पास है dust particles. Dust particles are also a part of the atmosphere, and mainly ये dust particle कहाँ से आते हैं? अर्थ से आते हैं. ठीक है, they come from earth only. So these are derived by strong winds from different sources on earth surface. So dust particles are added to atmosphere from the earth surface only, and they act as hydroscopic nuclei. What is this hydroscopic nuclei? सो हाइड्रोस्कोपिक न्यूक्लियाई ऐसे न्यूक्लियाई होते हैं जिसके अराउंड जो है वाटर वेपर है वो कंडेंस होती है एंड कूल होती है, एंड दे फॉर्म क्लाउड्स. सो क्लाउड्स कैन नॉट फॉर्म विदाउट हाइड्रोस्कोपिक न्यूक्लियाई, एंड डस्ट पार्टिकल्स they act as hydroscopic nuclei. Okay, and around this hydroscopic nuclei water vapor condense and forms clouds. So remember one thing about dust particles, that they are very important. Why? Because they act as hydroscopic nuclei for formation of clouds, for the condensation of the water vapor. Secondly, they intercept and reflect sun rays giving ऑरेंज कलर एट सनराइज. ओके, ऑरेंज कलर जो हम सुबह सुबह सनराइज के टाइम देखते हैं, दिस इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ द डस्ट पार्टिकल्स, बिकॉज this dust particles they reflect the sun rays and they intercept and reflect the sun rays, and this is the reason we find the color of sun orange in the sunrise, and we find that the red color of the sunset, the sunset के टाइम sun का जो red color है, this is also because of this dust particles only. Okay, and blue color of clear sky, that is also because of the dust particles. Why? Because the scattering of light takes place. Sorry, स्कैटरिंग ऑफ लाइट टेक्स प्लेस. लाइट आती है एटमॉस्फेयर में और ये जो डस्ट पार्टिकल्स है ये स्कैटर कर देते हैं उस लाइट को. ठीक है, और इसकी वजह से हमें डिफरेंट टाइम में डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ कलर्स दिखाई देते हैं. ठीक है, देन we have seen that the scattering of light takes place. Now the second one thing important is that haze and smoke. Okay, so dense haze and smoke are formed due to the dust particles only. Smoke is smoke plus fog. Okay, smoke plus fog. Smoke plus fog makes the smog, and the smog is also formed due to this dust particles. जो दिल्ली में अभी आप देख रहे हैं ना, the pollution which is going on in Delhi, and this is all because of the smog only. Okay, due to presence of the dust particles in the air. So these are all the dust particles. And the last one, we can call it ozone. Okay, ozone, it is an important gas in the atmosphere, and the ozone layer is very helpful because it stops the ultraviolet radiations. Okay, so the ozone is another important gas in the atmosphere, which is actually a type of oxygen. Ozone is type of oxygen, and the difference in between the ozone and oxygen is that the ozone consists of 3 instead of 2 atoms. Okay, and it forms less than 0.0005% of volume of the atmosphere and is unevenly distributed. Okay, now ozone you will find between 20 kilometer and 25 kilometer altitude. Okay, and that the greatest concentration of ozone are found. Okay, so between this 20 to 25 kilometer altitude you will find the greatest concentration of the ozone. Okay, so O3, that means there are 3 atoms instead of 2. Okay, and it is formed at higher altitudes and transported downwards. Okay, so the ozone plays a crucial role in blocking the harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. We have seen that the ultraviolet radiation which are coming from the sun, ozone layer helps to stop this. Okay, and the other gases which are there in the atmosphere are like argon, neon, helium, hydrogen, xenon, krypton, methane, etc. Okay, so these are the minor gases which are present there in the atmosphere. Now, हाउ इज द लेयर्स ऑफ द एटमॉस्फेयर, व्हाट इज दिस एटमॉस्फेयर, ये एटमॉस्फेयर एक्चुअली है कैसा, इसमें कोई लेयर है क्या? तो हाँ, यस, देयर आर लेयर्स इन द एटमॉस्फेयर. ओके, सो द लोअर मोस्ट लेयर, ओके, जो नीचे है, द डाउनवर्ड्स, यू विल फाइंड दैट द लोअर मोस्ट लेयर इज ट्रोपोस्फियर. ओके, ये सबसे नीचे है. ओके, और इसकी डिस्टेंस जो है फ्रॉम दिस अर्थ सरफेस, यू विल फाइंड इट इज अप टू 7 to 16 किलोमीटर हियर. ओके, 7 to 16 किलोमीटर तक हमें मिलेगा ट्रोपोस्फियर. वी विल फाइंड ट्रोपोस्फियर अप टू 7 to 16 किलोमीटर, एंड the boundary which separates the troposphere from the upper stratosphere is called as tropopause. Okay, tropopause is a boundary which separates the troposphere from the stratosphere. Then the next layer is stratosphere, which is separated by this tropopause. Now stratosphere, its altitude, its length is around 50 boundary line, and that boundary line is called as stratopause. Okay, remember the names of the boundary lines and whom they are separating. So here you will find that the stratopause is separating the stratosphere from the mesosphere. Okay, mesosphere is the again new layer, and its altitude is around 80 kilometers. ओके, 80 किलोमीटर तक हमें मिलेगा. इसका जो है वो 80 किलोमीटर तक बाउंड्री है, एंड द बाउंड्री लाइन विच सेपरेट्स द मेसोस्फीयर फ्रॉम द थर्मोस्फीयर इज कॉल्ड एज मेसोपॉज. ओके, you will find the mesosphere, the mesopause between the mesosphere and the thermosphere. Now one thing which is important here is just above the mesosphere you will find a thin layer, and that layer is called as ionosphere. Okay, ionosphere just above the mesopause, that is the boundary of the mesosphere, you will find a thin layer, and that is called as the ionosphere because it is made up of the electrically charged ions, and this is the reason it is called as ionosphere. Electrically charged ions are present here in this ionosphere. Okay, then we talk about the thermosphere, and thermosphere, it is divided by the the mesopause, and mesopause separates the mesosphere and the thermosphere. Again, the boundary line is there between the thermosphere and the outer exosphere, and you will call it as the thermopause. Okay, so these are the layers, and the length of the thermosphere is around 50 kilometer. Okay, so 50 kilometer तक हमें, sorry not 50, 500 kilometers, sorry my mistake, 500 किलोमीटर तक हमें ये मिल जाता है. ठीक है, अब हमने देख लिया है the layers of the atmosphere. Okay, now let's study each and every layer in detail. So first we will start with this troposphere. What is the troposphere and what is the specialty of the troposphere? So in the troposphere you will find this is the lowermost layer. Okay, the lowermost layer you will find this is the boundary of the troposphere, the lowermost layer, and the specialty of the troposphere is, you will see that the troposphere In the troposphere, you go upwards, the temperature goes on decreasing. Okay, so every 165 meter, the temperature will decrease by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, 165 मीटर आप ऊपर जाते हो तो टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज होगा 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस से, ठीक है, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज नॉर्मल लैप्स रेट. ओके, नॉर्मल लैप्स रेट. लोअर मोस्ट लेयर कौन सा है? ट्रोपोस्फियर. और ट्रोपोस्फियर में आप 165 मीटर अगर ऊपर जाते हो तो टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज होगा 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस से, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज नॉर्मल लैप्स रेट. एंड by this we can know that as we go high in the troposphere, the temperature goes on decreasing. Okay, secondly, all the weather changes, all the weather phenomena, all the weather phenomena, it takes place in the troposphere only. Remember, whatever the clouds are there, the rain is falling and the hail in the hailstorms and all the evaporation is taking place, all this thing, it will happen in the troposphere only, lowermost. Okay, all the weather phenomena that is taking place in the troposphere. Okay, so this is the specialty of the troposphere. The weather phenomena is taking place, the dust particles are present. The dust particles you will find in the troposphere, the weather phenomena you will find in the troposphere, and the water vapor you will find in the troposphere. And as you go high in the troposphere, the temperature will go on decreasing by 1 degree Celsius for every 165 meters. Don't get confused, it is not kilometers, it is meters. For every 165 meter, the temperature will go on decreasing by every 1 degree Celsius. Okay, 165 meter, temperature will go on decreasing by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so this is all about the troposphere. Now let's have a look on the next layer. So the next layer is stratosphere. Okay, stratosphere. Now what is the specialty of the stratosphere? First thing you should remember is that stratosphere is free from the weather change, free from the weather phenomena. Okay, and this is the reason it is favored by, it is liked by the aircraft flyers. So all the aircraft flyers, the jet aircrafts, you will find they are flying in this stratosphere only. Why? बिकॉज इट इज फ्री फ्रॉम द एयर टर्ब्यूलेंस. ओके, यहाँ पे कोई एयर टर्ब्यूलेंस नहीं है और इसकी वजह से जो एयरक्राफ्ट जो है वो ये स्ट्रेटोस्फियर में फ्लाई करते हैं. ओके, एंड इन द स्ट्रेटोस्फियर यू विल फाइंड अ लेयर ऑफ ओजोन. Okay, you will find a layer of ozone, and this is the reason you will find the temperature goes on increasing in the stratosphere. अब troposphere में जो है हम नीचे से ऊपर आ रहे थे, टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज हो रहा था, लेकिन अभी ऊपर हमें लग गया है स्ट्रेटोस्फियर. अब स्ट्रेटोस्फियर हम जैसे ही एंटर करते हैं टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होते जाएगा. व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ द ओजोन लेयर. सो इन स्ट्रेटोस्फियर टेम्परेचर increases. Temperature increases in the stratosphere due to the presence of ozone layer, and we know that ozone layer helps and it protects us from the ultraviolet radiations, UV radiations. Okay, the ozone layer protects us from the ozone layer, the ozone layer protects us from the ultraviolet radiations. Now the next layer you will find is the mesosphere. Now mesosphere, it is very important because it protects us from the, so in this mesosphere again the temperature will go on increasing. Okay, here the temperature goes on increasing and it is limited, we have seen that it is limited up to the 80 kilometers mesosphere. Okay, and just above the mesosphere you will find the ionosphere. Now the specialty of the ionosphere is you will find the ionosphere here in between, a thin layer, and it is made of the electrically charged ions. Okay, Now, electrically charged ions helps us for radio telecommunication, and secondly, it protects us from the meteorites. How? I will tell you. So, firstly, the electrically charged ion, they reflect the radio waves which are transmitted from the earth. Okay, so whichever the radio waves are transmitted from the earth, they are transmitted back from the ionosphere due to this presence of the electrically charged ions in this layer. Okay, and this is the reason it helps us in the radio communication. And secondly, the electrically charged ions, they protect us from the falling meteorites. Okay, and the meteorites which are falling, the electrically charged ion, when the meteorites come into contact of this electrically charged ion, they will burn it out. Okay, they burn out meteorites. The electrically charged ion, they burn out the meteorites, and this is the reason they protect us from the meteors. So this is all about the ionosphere. Now we have seen that the outer sphere is called as thermosphere, and as we go above, again the temperature will go on decreasing, and the last is exosphere, which is the boundary between the space and the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so this is all about the atmosphere. In our next lesson, we are going to study about the heat budget. Okay, the heat budget of the Earth, the solar radiation, and the heat budget and the temperature of the Earth. Okay, so thanks for watching the lesson. Stay tuned to